Hi to all my Bethany family and friends, as well as to all those new folks who might be watching this morning. I want to introduce myself. I'm McClintock, and I'm a member of Bethany's staff. I wanted to talk about soul rest, which last week we were looking at taking 10 minutes out of every day just to be still and listen to what God might be telling us. So we're now into day 2 of that study, and we've been asked to reflect back on what God has said and what areas of our lives probably are maybe a little bit out of balance, maybe not quite where they need to be, and where God has said you need to reevaluate and see what you can do to make some adjustments. For me, that would have been relationships, and for you, maybe possibly the same. And what's kind of ironic is that it has taken a pandemic for me to stop and just kind of realize that I've lost track of so many people that were important to me in my life. I have had the opportunity over the last several months to reach out by phone, by Zoom, by cards, letters, and talk to people that are near and dear to me. And it has just been a healing experience for me to be able to go through that and experience that. And I just want to encourage you to do something similar if you feel like your relationships are out of whack. The cool thing about the pandemic, if there is anything, is that it's just awkward all the way around. So if it's awkward reaching out to someone you haven't talked to in a long time, now is the perfect time to do that, because everything's awkward and weird and strange right now. So give it a try, and I think you'll feel rewarded for it. Another area that you might find you're lacking in is rest, sleep. I have suddenly started having dreams, vivid dreams, which I haven't had since I was a child, when my mom would insist I get 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. And so maybe that's someplace you need to reevaluate. Your body is important, and you need to listen to it and see what it needs. Now, another thing that we kind of find ourselves in this day and age doing is spending way more time than we should have indoors. We never get outside. We're always on our computers, on our phones. And the pandemic has also allowed us to take a minute to get outside and rediscover nature, realize what God has intended for us, and it's not always to be indoors. I find that as Brett and I have gotten out and walked around our neighborhood, which is the easiest way for us to get outside, that we're meeting neighbors that we never even knew we had. Everyone's in the same boat. They're all getting outside and doing things, and it's another way to both be in the majesty of the world that God has given us, but also allow us to be with people in our community and neighborhoods, which is what we're supposed to be doing. It's intended. Maybe you've lost track of yourself a little bit. Maybe you no longer are connected with your needs and what is best for you. If you're taking care of someone a lot, or just busy with work or life, you've forgotten what's important to you. And so this is a great opportunity to take time to rediscover old hobbies. I went back to reading, which doesn't sound like much of a hobby, but for me it's relaxing and enjoyable, and I love it. And if you don't have a hobby, it's a great time to try new things. It's a wonderful opportunity to be with yourself and discover again who you are and like yourself. It's so important you like yourself in order to like other people. You just have to be well balanced all the way around. So anyway, I appreciate you taking the opportunity to examine your life and this quiet period that we're going through. And I hope that you will think back on Psalm 139, which, to paraphrase, it says that God knows you inside and out. And so he's going to know what is best for you. And you should listen to what he's telling you and act on it. Small baby steps are great. but give it a shot, and I think you'll be greatly rewarded for it. So thank you for allowing me into your house today, and I pray that you have a wonderful weekend and that you will hear God's voice in whatever you do.